Welcome back, everyone, to the King Power Stadium, where Arsenal currently are back on top of the WSL table as it stands, leading here by a goal to nil against a team that was thumped out of sight a week ago and has performed admirably, given that today. To deny Arsenal, their goalkeeper Demi Lambourne has been super. Beth Mead's goal separates the two sides as it stands. Comes from a Manchester United lead, Brighton 1-0. Leah Galton got that goal, by the way. I think she'll have taken a lot of positives from this in the first half, Lydia Bedford. Where they got over that crushing defeat last week and got their focus back. No changes from either coach at half-time. Arsenal in lemon yellow will kick us off and underway. Great applause from both sets of supporters there for Demi Lambourne, by the way. Natasha Flinders had Leicester's only effort and it was deflected well wide. And on the whistle of Rebecca Walsh, off we go. Arsenal will want more. They could possibly need more if it goes down to the wire. Back to Rotaruba Moy. Suspended her studies in the USA, North Carolina Tar Heels. She played at the university there, North Carolina, when the COVID pandemic struck. Came back to play football. Forward. They've had most of their joy down that left-hand side, and they force a corner kick right at the start of the second period. McCabe will take it, so it'll go away from goal. It's the 10th corner of the game, this, Arsenal. Played in short, little touch back there. Brilliant effort, great corner kick routine and headed off the line superbly by Esme de Graaf. Beth Mead denied a second. Lovely corner kick routine, and she hit it so powerfully. That's a great header off the line. Fizzing start for Arsenal at the start of the second half. One of the goal line saves of the season there. In towards the near post it goes, keeper under pressure, blocked off by her own player. I think it was Shannon O'Brien, who was just in front of Demi Lambourne. Well, she did so well, knocked her over. They've shown real team spirit here and togetherness, given what happened last week. In towards Williamson, that's a goal kick. Little check going on here for the Arsenal player. Any head injury is now treated very seriously. Quite rightly so. Got it caught just on the lower side of her jaw, really. And you can see she was a bit dazed by it. This was the setup for the Beth Mead effort. Good corner routine, wasn't it? Well played, Esme de Graaf. Guess she was hoping that a strong season with Leicester might propel her back into the Netherlands setup. She's played just a couple of games for them. De Graaf, Leah Williamson, very much a mainstay for England, of course. Well, they can take no chances. Back in the day, the decision on fitness used to be down to the managers, really, above everyone else. They just have one physio down there with them, but these days there's a team of medical staff who will make the decision. Concussion protocol, there'll be a third opinion It should come back on now. Blackstenius. That's O'Brien. Flint alone up front with Gregory hoping to break on the left-hand side to get up with her. And she could win on the right. But it has been a 4-4-2 for them today, really. Start of the second half, they looked as if they shaped with a 3 at times, but it is a 4. Just kept in by de Graaf. Here's Sophie Howard, the Arsenal fans who've come in great number today, didn't think that decision was right. Gregory didn't hold it up. Gregory, O'Brien and Missy Goodwin are all at Leicester, having been at Villa and the juniors there. Ford and McCabe, another good combination between them. Just delayed her cross. She looked up and noticed the positioning there of Viviana Miedema. First instinct was to cross deep into the penalty area, and coaches will tell you often your first instinct is your best. "13 corners now for Arsenal. And it comes nearly to the head of Miedema. Just knocked away. Flint was back in there defending. Freya Gregory. Telfield will take the throw. However, she was fouled as she came out, and indeed she was. Long by Howard, in there again. Here Williamson. Only Steph Houghton has passed the ball more successfully in the history of WSL than Williamson. Rather concerning to hear Serena Wigman this week saying it'd be touch and go for Steph to get fit for England's European Championship campaign on home soil this summer. And we wish the England captain, who's had a terrible year for injuries, well. That's a foul by Flint. Just barge Velty away. So much football to look forward to in this year. The European Championship, Champions League semi-finals coming up as well in women's football. Mead with a cross into the box. Oh, drop. That's the first mistake she's made, Demi Lambert. Just took her off the ball at the end. Annoyed with herself. Let's have a throw as a result. Howard stepped out to block. Here's Flint. Didn't get a shout. Crowded out. Williamson. Miedema sees the gap, goes for it. Deflected when it come to me, when it come to Blackstenius, it comes to Lambert. Important day for both sides to exercise ghosts of the past week. Leicester from that crumpling against Chelsea, and Arsenal from going out in Germany in the Champions League on Thursday to Wolfsburg, who now go through to play Barcelona in the semi. Lyon against Paris Saint-Germain, the other one. Mead, that's blocked by Gemma Perfield. Stonius now to come short and hold up possession against Sophie Barker. Little. Little again. Lost possession. One back again strongly for Arsenal by Williamson against Flint, who was dawdling a little bit. Mead. Look at the numbers back though in blue shirts. A 3, then a 5. Williamson might have been blocked off, but play on. Reuter. And here's Little. No great movement on the edge of the box by Arsenal. Ford has now gone into the wider position. Moy. Good attentive defending, that really is. I don't know if you noticed that Ashley Plumtree stepped out there to follow an Arsenal player's movement. They're plugging gaps, they're working really hard for each other. It is damage limitation, of course. And this could be costly the foul by Natasha Flint. In from Williamson. Good defending once again by Esme de Graaf. He's had to work hard on that right today. Moy. That's exactly where Leicester want them to go. They want to funnel them in narrow. Crashed long by Purfield. Important defending at the back for Arsenal by Volti. What a soft touch by the goalkeeper. And O'Brien is here, pressurising McCabe. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Long ball nearly did the damage. Luckily for Arsenal, Volti was there, but it's a soft touch by Manuela Zinsberger. Couple of challenges for her in the game attracted the wrath of the referee. Little trip there on Valti. Long up to Mead. O'Brien cautioned for that trip. Well, the game has not turned out to be the game we thought it would be. Arsenal 1-0 up in 2 minutes. Little, lovely turn. Barely wasted a ball today. Very rarely does. Miedemar shooting chances on. Just deflected off. Plumtree did enough. And Williamson. Ford has come in from the far side of the penalty. And Mead's available here now. Wasn't a good touch. Under pressure from Gregory. She brings it back here for Williamson. Cross to Ford. And again, it was de Graaf who was well positioned to get it away. McCabe. Little. Miedemar. Finding Ford, a little bit of space in towards Miedemar. And it's a foul, I would think, on the goalkeeper from Reuter, allowed to go on. The ref has called it in the end. She jumped into the goalkeeper. That's a foul. Yeah, she blew for that. He knows all about scoring. So, Liverpool and Leicester and England. Emil Heskey plays a big part in the development of Leicester women's football, was standing coach for a while. I don't think he ever got the credit he was due as a player. You speak to centre-halves of that era, most of them will tell you what a difficult opponent he was. Here's Mead. The thing that would disappoint their coach is the quality of passing in the final third has let them down. It was careless, that. They fouled on Perfield in the end. And the longer this goes, a glimmer of hope will grow in Lydia Bedford's team that they can get something out of this game, and wouldn't that be something for this club? The first draw for them this season, if they can get an equaliser, would be a big statement as to their tenacity after last week. It would also be very damaging for Arsenal. There's a foul on Ruben Moy. Needlessly aggressive from Natasha Flint. An hour played, just the one goal in it. Arsenal one league defeat this season, but that was a major surprise at bottom club Birmingham. In the next half an hour, could they yet slip up here against the second bottom team? I don't think one goal will be enough. Certainly not enough for comfort anyway. Valti. And it was a slippy sort of a pass. Miedemar, but it was played into Miedemar, coming away from goal with a lot of blue shirts behind her. They had their greatest joy, Arsenal, in the opening exchanges, going down that left-hand side. Shannon O'Brien was fouled. 20 is Shannon O'Brien. I wouldn't be at all surprised if one of the teams higher up the WSL pecking order swoops. Double substitution coming up for Arsenal. Kim Little is departing, and Steph Catley will come on, another of the Australians. And the second substitution sees Frida Marnham coming on. Catley for McCabe, Marnham comes on for Little in midfield. She scored 2 against Leicester at home. One of her appearances of late have come from the bench. Marnham started in the week in the defeat against Wolfsburg away. What can Leicester do here, because they forced a corner kick? Gemma Perfield will take it, left-footed. And Ashley Plumtree's a danger in there. It's beyond her, though, and comfortably dealt with by Zinsberger. Arsenal on the counter. Stenny's had a little look. Mead was on the far side. Valti. Played in narrow. Ford laid it off to Miedemar. Rather congested in there. Marner went for a little touch. See the way Steph Catley went. I mean, Katie McCabe went down the tunnel and she was substituted. She was frustrated, really, that they haven't built on the good work on the left early on with Ford. Catley is a left back, of course, and has gone straight over there. She started 9 of their last 10 games. Well, he's made 2 changes. He hasn't changed the formation any. Manchester United still 1-0 up against Brighton, deep into stoppage time there. Nervy. You can understand why. 1-0 up, 1 slip, and the title could very well have gone. As it is, they have a 2-point lead over Chelsea, whose game against Reading at 6:45 tonight UK time is the game in hand. Marnham. Catley. And Leicester regrouping. And Arsenal finding it difficult to find a way through. Again, it's played in narrow, and that's what, look, there's 9 blue shirts there. They have to get it out wide. I have to say that young Missy Goodwin has learned after that rather torrid opening 10-15 minutes. She's worked really hard in there on her first start. Here's Miedemar, back to goal. And Mead sees the gap and was seen off. Perfield's touch has presented the ball to Miedemar, and Arsenal have the second. That's the killer goal. No way back for Leicester now. No danger to Arsenal, staying top for the minute. Initially they defended well. Miedemar to Mead, she saw the gap. Perfield got across and then, bit jittery, poked it straight to Miedemar. Keeper was coming. Could have left it for the keeper, lacking in communication at the back, Leicester. And they've been made to pay for it. Miedemar into the empty net, 2-0. Another for the WSL record scorer. And they're in again here, Arsenal, perhaps. Miedemar goes beyond Howard. There's the pullback. Acrobatic attempt by Mead. Miedemar's 114th goal for Arsenal. Was it 71 now in the WSL? They should go on now and win comfortably, you would think. Midway through the second half. But given the form line through Chelsea's performance here last week, they would appear to be the favourites very much for the WSL title. He was a long way away from making contact with that. Here's Flint. Sophie Howard coming out from the back. Easily read by Ruben Moyes. Offside anyway, Flint. Catley to Ford, the two Australians combining. And Paris is going to come on for Arsenal. It's been a strange season for Nikita Paris, returning to English football from Lyon. Stop-start. He's scored a WSL goal since returning, has 5 in all competitions for the Gunners. And opportunities for her have been limited. She's a confidence player, bright, bubbly character. Needs a run in the side. That run might not come at an Arsenal Football Club with Mead and Blackstenius and Miedemar all ahead of her, Ford. I don't think there's a supporter of the Lionesses or any of the players that have played with her for her various clubs that would wish anything but success for Nikita Paris. In a couple of starts in her last 10 games, she replaces Blackstenius. And she'll be disappointed, the Swedish international striker, that she didn't have an opportunity here today at all. Leicester making a change as well. Bailey Gale, forward coming on. Former Arsenal player, played 4 games for the Gunners, 2018, from North London, from Stoke Newington. Jamaican international. Mead has now gone into the middle for Arsenal, with Paris in the wider position. Shannon O'Brien, Leicester fans, great noise when she picks up the ball ever. Overdid it there, really. That's a poor ball away though for Arsenal. And the referee gives the free kick for the resulting challenge from O'Brien as the ball ran away from her. But she's positive, she will try a trick or two. It ran away from her there. Bumped into Miedemar. Ruben Moy, Arsenal's defence barely troubled. Good defending on Ford. Catley needs an Aussie teammate. Mead angled the foot. Here's Valti. Now Miedemar. Nikita Paris. Reuters away on the right touchline. They haven't been anywhere near as destructive as Chelsea, but Leicester City have been far better. In comes across and headed up and away by Plumtree. Miedemar. Fancy a go with the left foot, I don't think, from there. Mead, the little touch off looking for Ford. Awareness from the keeper, Demi Lambourne again. She's disappointed with her clearance. Well, in terms of shape, in terms of individual player discipline at the back, they've been much better. Kept in by Ford. One of Arsenal's best players, that's for sure. Catley. Ruben Moy. Here's Mead. That's another chance. Marnham's to the side there. She did well to bring in forward. Paris attacks the near post, stabbed away there by the hard-working Sophie Howard. That's asking far too much of Catley. So she jogs back, the Melbourne-born Australian international. Again, great experience. 2 World Cups, 2 Olympics, Asian Cup. Her players can't compete with that sort of experience. Paris. Mead, back to Nikita Paris, onto Miedemar. Wasn't a great touch, but it's in, and it might have gone in off a Leicester player. Miedemar will take the acclaim. They're 3-0 up. Might have gone in off Sophie Howard, that one. Clever play by Mead and by Paris, and it's an own goal. It's Esme de Graaf who got back and got the last touch. And Arsenal have a 3-goal lead. It's definitely an own goal. See the touch there, off the bottom of the boot, deflecting it past Lambourne. It's 3-0 Arsenal. Leicester's resistance is broken. It's not a flattering score. De Graaf's brilliant clearance off the line earlier on. Miedemar had the shot saved by Lambourne onto the post. They have 3. On a better day, they'd have had 4 or 5. And it is strange to say of a Leicester City side who've now conceded so many goals in recent games. 26 now in 5, 35 this season from open play, that it has been an improved Leicester performance. (3-0) to Arsenal. Here's Burfield. Might as well have a go now. Shannon O'Brien. Bailey Gale is up there with her. Marnham to Velty. And Williamson can step out knowing that Velty's just stayed in behind her. Up towards Miedemar. Here's Sophie Howard. Williamson. Kept in by Catlin Ford. Here's Catlin. The goal difference between Chelsea and Arsenal has now been reduced to 2 in Chelsea's favour. That's significant. Mind you, they play Reading later on. But Reading, you never know with them. Repeatedly, they punch above their weight. Here's Paris. Chance here for Arsenal once again. It's another own goal. They have their 4th. Went in off Ashley Plumtree, perhaps. Leicester sliced open. They're exhausted. Their heads have gone down and they're conceding now. This is where they really need to stick together as a group. Too much space for Nikita Paris on this side. Lovely ball out to her, mind you, by Mead. And Plumtree stepping across the eye line of Sophie Howard. Nudged it beyond her own goalkeeper. And rat-a-tat goals from Arsenal have put the game way beyond Leicester City's capabilities. Jordan Nobbs is coming on for Arsenal. And Tobin Heath is coming on as well. Miedemar and Ford, their day is done. And Leicester must just look and wonder at the disparity between the two sides and their budget and their capability. Jordan Nobbs plays 68 times for a country. He's a terrific player. And, well, what can you say about the USA international? Twice been involved in USA World Cup winning sides. One of the best players on the planet. Mead has enjoyed himself in that more central role. Paris turns out he's been Reuter. Williamson. Nobbs. Stinger's gone out of the game. Miedemar made it safe for Arsenal on 67 minutes with their second, and 12 minutes later it was 4. Here's Mead looking for Marnham. Chance now for Page, Bailey, Gale. Having a look up. Good cricketer, you know. She could have made it as a cricketer, perhaps. She played in the London Youth Games back in 2015. Eight and a half minutes to go, a little bit more. And the goalkeeper's yet to have a save to make. Zinsberger, Reuter. Paris, very nearly got in behind Purfield. And away by Plumtree, only as far as Reuter. She might have a go from there. They're really tired, Leicester. Nikita Paris, give and go with Mead. And it's in at the far post by Heath. Was she offside? That's what Leicester want to know. Paris did all the work, the goal stands. And Tobin Heath, who's had a frustrating time since coming back to English football, gets her third goal for the Gunners. Her first since January. Only had 5 league appearances. This is her 6th since October. Paris, good give and go. Percentage, fizzer across the face of the goal and edged in by Heath. And Leicester have capitulated at last. Doesn't matter what they go in off as long as they go in. She'd been on the pitch 3 minutes, Tobin Heath. And the World Cup winner puts Arsenal 5-0 up. I still don't think that scoreline flatters them, to be honest. More realistic now. And all the time they're edging away at that Chelsea's superior goal difference, but Chelsea have the game to play later against Reading to go back to the top. Here's Beth Mead. She's been outstanding in that more central role. She'd go close to player of the match, I would think, although morally it should go to Demi Lambourne. World Cup, 2015 World Cup winner, 2019 World Cup winner. She missed a penalty in the 2011 final when they were beaten in the shootout by Japan. Six minutes to go. I think you might put one of the goals down to her lacking a little bit of communication, and the ball was inadvertently prodded by Perfield to Miedemar for the second, but had no chance with the first, nor with the own goals, nor there really with Tobin Heath. And she's had a fine game, Demi Lambourne. Arnhem to Nobbs. Greenreuter waits. Here's Paris. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Here's Beth Mead. Might have a little give and go there. Had to bustle through the eye of a needle there, and it wasn't a foul. Leicester leg weary, crestfallen again. Might have been a foul there by Sam Tierney. Heath looks for Paris. That I would think would be the crowning glory today if Nikita Paris can get a WSL goal. Miedemar got hers. April 2019 when Nikita Paris last scored in this division. It was for Manchester City against Yeovil before he years at Lyon. Miedemar's goal effectively won the game. Some sources are crediting that for Miedemar as well, but for me that's definitely an own goal off de Graaf. Ford played a major role early on. Here come Arsenal again. Nobbs, Paris to the right-hand side. And Plumpture will bring it away. Two minutes to go. We're hearing that Miedemar is claiming that goal. The only way it can't be an own goal off de Graaf is if the shot by Miedemar was going in anyway, but I don't think it was. I think that Lambourne would have got to it. Here's de Graaf. Whatever happens, Miedemar has 20 goals again in another season. Remarkable goal-scoring machine that she is. Going through the motions now. Massive games for Arsenal to come. Chelsea in the Women's Cup semi-final is their next game in a couple of weekends. And the players will be on international duty, of course. They go to Everton, they have Villa at home, they have West Ham away, they have the rearranged game with Tottenham. And even if they win them all, it's out of their hands. As long as Chelsea don't drop points. Here's Heath. All Arsenal can do is keep winning their games. Meanwhile, if that's handball, surely that's handball. And out by Sophie Barker. Been some decent performances for Leicester. O'Brien, Tierney at the start. Well, it wasn't. It was a good piece of control in the end by Wienreuter. Class is told. Mead, Paris. Here's Nobbs. Arsenal have been able to bring on players who've played at World Cups, who've won the competition. Golfing class, golfing resource. Here's Williamson into the last 30 seconds. Nobbs. Can they get a sixth? High hoist to the far side. Heath was coming in, flicked the outside of the post, I think. Ghosting in. 7 minutes of stoppage time. What, 6 substitutions? The goals in the second half, that has surprised me. A couple of injuries. Must have been deflected onto the post as well. Stabbed out by Purfield it was. Poor clearance. Heath. On by Marner. Nobbs. To Williamson. There's the armband since Little went off. Mead. Struck Plumtree. Nobbs will have a go. Big deflection. Corner ball. Once there to go. Deflected. Twice there to go. Both blocks by Ashley Plumtree. Arsenal's 14th corner. Catley will take it. And out towards the captain Barker. She couldn't bring it under control. Marnham. Arsenal's biggest league win of the season, this, I think. Nobbs into the box. Mead. Here's Catley. Surrounded by blue shirts. Heath wins it back. Marnham to Nobbs. She will shoot from there. Always had a good long-range shot on that as Jordan Nobbs. Sort of the long-range winner for England on a debut against Italy some 9 years ago now. It was in the Cyprus Cup. Scored in the final of the UEFA Under-19s in 2009 from 30 yards for Mo Marley's team. It was against Sweden, I seem to remember. Biggest away win of the season anyway for Arsenal. They hit 5 against Manchester City at home. You remember that right at the start of the season? Goodness me, that was a statement, wasn't it? Manchester City were going through the tortures of the damned then. Here's Paris, little cutback looking for Mead, and just got there late and caught Sophie Howard. Honest effort to get there, just got there slightly late. Good header one there. She tried to steer it through. Ruben Moy to Catley. Ruben Moy out wide. Here's Heath giving chase. Graf was there and did enough. Here's Howard. De Graaf away, came to her on the wrong foot. Can't leave for Arsenal, they want more goals. The effort from Nobbs is deflected up and wide. Three efforts she's had now since coming off the bench. Goal difference is level between Arsenal and Chelsea. Any little advantage, though, that can be gained from here on in this run-in, should be gained. Heath is in there, Paris and Marnham, and Otaruba Moy. And he came through to her, out by Sophie Barker. Might have been Freya Gregory actually got that away, I think it was, but anyway, they've got a player down. See how it happened. Bashed in the face, Sam Tierney. Ball hit her in the face. Again, it might sound strange here. They've been beaten by 5 goals to 0 at home. But I think that you'll hear positive noises from Lydia Bedford after this about the way her team did stay in the game a lot longer than they did against Chelsea. You're talking 65 minutes before Arsenal got their second. Yes, they crumpled subsequently. And 4 goals in that 18-minute spell. Can Leicester get a consolation as we enter the last minute? And Gemma Purfield prepares to take this, curling in with the left foot. High hoist, not much curl on it. Paris with the header away. Heath is there first for Arsenal. And was strong enough to win it back, and Paris over the halfway line, and the flag has stayed down. And Jordan Nobbs has it. There's no support arriving though. Eventually she tries to cut it back, but there are plenty of blue shirts there. And again, the manager will see positives in that. Beanreuter. Nobbs. To be brutally critical, I don't think one or two of the Arsenal players there were hungry enough to go in search of a 6th, but you can understand why at 5-0 up. Job done. Marnham. Leah Volti. Here's Paris. Wouldn't come to it. We've had 7 minutes of stoppage time and no more. Arsenal bounced back from Champions League defeat with a convincing win here against Leicester City by 5 goals to 0. It was an improved Leicester performance. Arsenal put on their way by Beth Mead in the 2nd minute. They had to wait to the 65th before Vivian Miedemar put them 2-0 up. She will claim their 3rd, though I think it'll go down ultimately as a De Graaf own goal. Certainly an own goal by Ashley Plumtree for their 4th, and then Tobin Heath, 7 minutes from time off the bench, got their 5th. It's a convincing win for Arsenal, who, if only for a little while, go back to the top of the WSL.